welcome back to Wepner Farms Productions. We're back out in the field where we last were planting, where we got rained out. I lined back up in my last pass that I did when it started raining because it was starting to get muddy. I don't see any alfalfa popping up yet. Sometimes if you got warm enough ground, you can get good germination within like 3 days, get her out of the ground, but looking out here, it's not up yet. It was pretty cold over the weekend. I don't even see any alfalfa, or is that one right there? I don't think that's one. We'll see if we can find one and I'll be back. Right there. See that little guy? I don't know if you can or not. Try to get him out. There he is. And I lost him again. Ooh. Oh, poor guy. Here he is. Alright. I almost dropped him again. Hold on. We're gonna set you down right here. Okay, so that pink stuff that you guys have seen on that seed, that is actually fungicide. But you can see that little alfalfa seed, he got his little fungicides off. He's just starting to germinate here. He just got his little tail coming out. But yeah, hopefully all the seeds are doing the same. We're gonna put him back in the ground where he belongs. And we're gonna keep hammering down because the ground is drying back out. You can see it's a little dark. We're gonna start going. Hopefully it's not too wet. It kind of balls up a little bit, but it's supposed to rain again tonight, so if it rains again tonight, then it'll be another few days before we'll maybe be able to get going. And talking rain next week, and I'd like to get her in, so if we can get her in today, that'd be ideal. So we'll get back at her. So we got a little start on this replant. We're going 5.9, 6 mile an hour. Getting started here. Looking back behind me, we're making dust. So she's got to be fairly dry. I'm gonna just do this pass and then gonna jump out quick and go see what it's actually doing back there, see if there's any adjustments we gotta make, and hopefully keep hammering down. We got the pothole.
So sorry for your loss.
We got a little pot here. Not ideal. Have to go find some black dirt and fill her in. So we made it away on the field. As you guys might remember from the last video, we kind of stuffed the bags in here. We'll start with the top one. We got it out in case you were wondering. Well, if you never opened one of these bags before, pretty simple. At least most of them are. Sometimes it seems like they're all completely different, but usually they're all the same. But just pull one string and just magically comes undone. So once again, we're filled up, and actually seed we got on here should about finish this field, hopefully. But I'll check on it a couple times, make sure we don't run out, but she should be good. Kind of smoothing her out a little bit. Beautiful. And away we go again. We've made it to the big rock. Anybody want to take a guess on how big this rock is? It could be the size of a car, a bus, a train. Could be the size of Afghanistan. Thing could be huge. Thing could be huge. Let's go see if we can plant into it. Oh, look at us go. Just kidding. Oh, I hit the wrong. What is going on here? We gotta go up. I'm not actually going to plant it. We're gonna get darn close though. That way when I come with the triple cutter, I can hit it really hard. Not actually, I know where it is. I'll keep track of it and I'll probably still hit it. It'll be a good time. Be able to fix some stuff. You know, we'll get new blades, so you know it should cut better after we hit the rock. Should be exciting. And just like that, we're done with 2024 alfalfa planting. Went pretty good overall, I'd have to say. Seeds are all in the ground, ready to grow. Now you know what time it is. It's lunchtime. Cooking myself a burrito. Looks like it's time to switch occupations here. Still actually got a little more alfalfa to plant. The neighbors need some planted, but that's not going to be no-till. Dad's out there working it, and I got to switch over to put rye in here, so we got a crop to grow with it. So the grain drill's all vacuumed out. Now we gotta go attempt to get the seed tender out. That's got a rye on it. It's right here, parked in kind of a goofy spot. So figure we'll just take the skid steer and this box sounds empty too. But take the skid steer and we'll try to rip her out of there. You man in the fort down here, buddy? See, you are comfy. Alright, it's moment of truth. Is there any seed in here? Nope. Empty. So we need another box. Well, I was almost ready to fill up the grain drill and my father called me. Said he's got the disc stuck over there where I'm supposed to be planting. Actually, I think he's not where I'm supposed to be planting, but he was down further by the ditch where I cleaned a ditch out. I think he was trying to level off some dirt down there. So headed over there with some chains. Sounds like he's got the tractor out, but the disc is still down in there, so I have to see if we can yank that out with the tractor we got there, or if we got to get another one. Hopefully we don't. I also have to say it's probably safe to assume that this is the first windows down drive of the year, because holy smokes is she dusty in here. Pulling up on the site, disc is down there. Looks like she is buried a little bit buried. Dad's got the tractor sitting over here. This is the field I'm supposed to be planting. Looks like I could use another hit with the disc. It's a little bit clumpy. Yeah. Tractor's a little muddy. You gonna try to pull it with just one to start, or? What a mess. Dragging it right out of there. Yeah. All right. Move over a little bit. And he's off to see another field. Oh, almost tipped her over. Wild. All right, now that the tractor's back out, I'm gonna get back to what I was doing here, filling up the seeder. I got some brome grass, got some tall fescue. I'm gonna need like roughly 5, this is just gonna be a rough mix, but I'm gonna get a 5-gallon pail and kind of mix the two together, and then the rest of that big box is gonna be filled up with rye. Just kind of sprinkle it all together. And then we'll use that to plant with the alfalfa to kind of have a cover crop to go over top of it. So gotta find a 5-gallon pail and we'll get to that. This is brome grass. Very unfamiliar with it, but it's grass, so I assume you do the same thing as grass with it. Then the tall fescue that we just vacuumed out, gonna throw half a pail of that, mix it up. So do that quick. Reach down to the bottom, pull some brome up. Get a little darker, a little bigger seed that brome grass is. Just kind of gonna mix her together here. It's pre-mixed before I dump her in. That should really be good. All right, now let's grab our handle. Throw her up here, and we're gonna run to the back here. Unlock her. We're gonna open her up just a little bit for now, because if you run her in too fast, she sometimes plugs up. And we're gonna fire it up. Wait for it to get up here. Here she comes. I do have it running really slow right now. This rye, it's such a small seed in there. Sometimes the auger will plug up, but I think we run her a little faster than that. Opened up a little bit. So right here we wrote setting 2 at 75 equals 110 pounds of rye to the acre. So I'm gonna hope that that's close. I got it set to 75. I want 100 pounds of rye, but if we go a little heavy, I think I'll be all right. So should have enough to plant that whole field and then some. If we run out, then it's obviously we're planting way too much. So guess we'll get going, head to the field and get her done. And we're off again. Gonna hit the roads. Gonna hit the roads. It's gonna be another, we gotta literally go back to the field I was just on. Well, right next door to there. So, wish me luck on my voyage. We'll see you there. So we got the drill here. I just made, this is my third pass across, just double checking everything. Seeing what the planter's doing. Got some alfalfa on top there. Right there we got one just under the ground. Another one just hiding there. Dig down. Should be right here somewhere. Maybe. Just keep on digging until we find something. There's one. So, I got a seed gauge, but I think everything's looking pretty good. That was on a tire track too, so that's where it should have the most troubles getting it in. So everything's looking pretty good. It's kind of weird seeing a brown field. We've been doing no-till alfalfa into rye for like 2 years now. So a little weird going back to a little tillage back here, but can't complain. Always fun. You know, one thing I don't miss, picking up these things. Look, this one's got a big frowny face on it because it's an angry rock. I don't like angry rocks. They're mean, scary rocks. All right, alfalfa is actually officially done. Unless somebody else calls and says they need some. So if you're watching this video, I'm already done. Taking no more alfalfa. But now I'm doing buffer strips. Alfalfa is going in the buffer strips. So not really done with alfalfa, but we're getting there. But calls for 15 pounds the acre. I was doing 18. I'm gonna turn it down a bit, and I'm sure I'm short, so I'm gonna turn down a little extra, maybe bump it down to maybe like 12, 15, I don't know. But majority of this is grass in here. There's a lot of grass, bluegrass, switchgrass, not switchgrass, but tall fescue. Just mixed all together with this rye. Got like 12 acres to plant. So I think the drill's gonna be close. I'm sure that that grass is gonna feed a little different than just the rye did. So just have to watch that, see how it's feeding. It's just gonna be kind of an eyeball thing, but I'm gonna get this turned down and we're gonna move on to getting some planting done here. So we're at the first field here. It's a 60 acre-ish field here. Got worked up where we're doing the buffer strips. Cover crop is kind of minimal out here due to it being a combine field. But I'm gonna take a look back here, just kind of see what the bins look like. Take a good look at them before we start going, so that when I come back and check, I kind of have a general idea of what we're using. So yeah, just gonna get right into it then. So here's my little map here. Down at the bottom, that corresponds to down there. We're gonna have a 60-foot buffer strip. It says that we're gonna have 40-foot buffer strips on the sides, but I got a 15-foot drill. So do we make it smaller and go with 30-foot, or do we go to 45 feet? I don't know. We'll figure that out when I get there. Same thing with our next field and our next field. So I got a serious question here. So we're putting this buffer strip around the field, and we've never done buffer strips before. But people that run buffer strips, do you spray, when you go out and spray, do you do outside rounds, or do you spray up to the buffer strip and then turn it off? Because I'm thinking I'm gonna probably do an outside round, and then I'm just gonna, I'd imagine that when we go to plant our field, we're just gonna do outside rounds on the inside. So theoretically, we're just gonna make our field a little bit smaller, is my theory. But you know, just let me know in the comments what you do. If you have buffer strips, how do you manage them? Because I've never managed such things, and it looks quite wet back there. Hopefully she grows all right. It's just a buffer strip, so I'm not extremely worried about it. But I would like to be able to harvest it and get maybe some bales off of it. So yeah, just let me know. Just gonna keep cracking at this. So if you guys want to know something a little bit crazy here, right here where you can see there's kind of a berm. You can barely see it now, but right here it's kind of a berm. That used to be a driveway to, like, it couldn't even been an acre back there. Maybe it was bigger than that, I don't know. It was a long time ago that it used to be farmed, but there used to be a little field back there, and then there was a lane that went like down the middle of this field, I believe. I might be wrong, but that's what my grandpa told me, and I just always thought that was kind of crazy that there was just a little field in the woods there. I can imagine why they quit farming it. It probably didn't yield anything in the woods, but it's just kind of crazy to see, like, you know, back then that was worth farming, and now it's something you wouldn't even look twice at. You just walk away from it. So yeah, little neat history lesson there. So looking at that, looks like I did 10, almost 11 acres. And I really thought that, could have sworn that said I was supposed to do 12 acres in total. So I don't know where their math was from, but did put a dent in the seed. So hopefully we got enough. I don't know. Looking right now, I think it's gonna be really close. I don't know. I debated on just going back and filling up, but I think we're gonna run it and hope for the best. So yeah, on to the next field. Got a nice pretty river view down in this field. Looks like the water's pretty high, actually. Just surprising for how dry it is. A lot of times this little bayou, whatever you call it, dries up in the summertime. Yep, another, I think this field's around 60 acres as well. But there's a tree down over there, so I just skipped to the bottom. Someone's supposed to be coming to pick that tree up there. We'll get these bottom strips done, and I got 3 passes there, so it'll work out. I'll be on the road end anyways when I finish. So I'm gonna back up to the corner here and get at her again. This ground has been no-till for like 3 years. First time it's, well, I think 3 years, something like that. First time it's been worked in that long, really. Look at how soft and fluffy it is. It's just beautiful dirt. Just beautiful. I just look at it for days. Well, it wasn't raining. Now it is. Well, now it's not. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be too wet there or not, but it's raining here. The field is like 2 miles away, so I guess it's gonna be hit or miss. So I think I'm gonna swing over there, hope that it's dry. The ground was pretty dry, so it'd take a little bit to get it wet, but then again, it don't take much to get it wet either. It takes for it to get a little bit sticky, a little too sticky, then you can't plant. So I don't know. I'm kind of, it's almost faster to get home going that way than it would be to turn around now. So I'm calling it. We're coming up on town. It's wet, so I'm just gonna bring the planter home. Maybe it won't rain too much tonight. Be dry enough we can finish her up tomorrow. Maybe it won't. Guess we'll see. But only had that one field left. I don't know how many acres will be out there, but hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure you like and subscribe. Maybe give her a share if you're feeling frisky, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.